Hey YouTube, today we're going to check out the secret layer of which I do most of my work, and also we are going to go around some of the current and future projects on today's episode of
Ah, dang it.
Alright, let me get out the right key, and don't take the bag off yet, peoples, and I will, okay, unlock number 2, okay, unlock number 3, alright, I believe that's it. Now watch your step, because I have a few booby traps up here. But just follow my every command and you shall be okay. Don't touch that. Alright. Now, for the royal tour, you are now allowed to remove the bag. Yeah, I know it's dark. Aha. And welcome to my evil science layer. I believe the term might be my modding layer. So, quick rundown is this is an old shabby apartment that I've rented since I was a teenager. And I've just always kind of hung on to it because it's cheap and it's kind of a nice place to get away, but more importantly, it's where I continue my work when I have the spare time. It is very shabby in the middle of a secret, disclosed ghetto hood, but it's been a home to me, so I kind of like it. Here's what I got for a bathroom. You can see it is amazingly huge and awesome and dirty. This is how it was painted before I moved in, excluding that. But enough about that. This is currently my hideaway for when I need to just cut loose or get away for the weekend. It is kind of small again, but big enough for a bachelor pad. And these are currently my workshop and projects of which I work on. So let's go ahead and get started. This is my workbench. This is where I try to keep most everything intact. Got my little magnifier for those hard to see solders. Got my work lamp, which is adjustable. Got my tools, some screwdrivers, some mini screwdrivers, pliers, opening kits, specialty tools, razors, multimeters. This is where I currently keep all my nuts and bolts that I've collected over the years, and some other tools, resistors, LEDs, compound. This is where I keep wiring stuff, wire shrink wrap, odds and end plugs, sticker wire, thinner wire, and here's my soldering iron, my collection of various solders, hot glue gun, of course. This is where I kind of keep spare parts, fans, heat sinks. Most of it's horribly unorganized, but I somewhat know where it goes. There's some hand tools, and again, disorganized. There. This is where I try to keep more parts for when I am working or need spare parts. And up here I keep a lot of the higher end stuff like cases and well, for example, things hard to find. And here, this box, we have a Viper GameCube full-size DVD case. And again, they are hard to find, so. And I got some different Xbox ones. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure what I have at this point, but again, just things I've collected over the years. Here's where I used to keep my smaller parts, like chips, LCD screens, memory cards, anything that's small and or electronic. Here's another hard find, a Viper GameCube mod chip. And I got the Cool Runners, which I haven't really messed around with lately, and some other stuff. I used to have a bunch of controllers hanging up here, but over the time I've kind of gotten rid of most of them. I'm trying to move into my new house, which will have a dedicated video game room, which will have like my retro and modified collection and some of my other stuff I've collected. This shelf is strictly PC parts, although I'm sure, like for example, anything PC related I keep on here. Motherboards, video cards, laptops apparently, and GameCube. I think it's broken, but what I was thinking with this is I could cram a tiny ATX and get it running to where it works like an emulator for the Nintendo 64, but that'll be a project down the road. Right here I keep a collection of body parts, mostly Xbox, PS3, some Wii, and other stuff like various different crap. And I have a crap ton, so if you're in need, just hit me up and I'll happily send you some. I got cooling fans right here. When I was big into making sure that the systems weren't overheating, I stocked up, and a lot of them are good, but I've noticed as the cheaper ones, which I think is this one, they tend to go out after a while, so I've kind of phased them out and went into computer fans because they last a lot longer. Here is a counter full of current projects I am working on and or meaning to get to. This is just salvage for parts. It's a server, Dell PowerEdge, and I bought it for $100, but it had a lot of good stuff on it, like fans, heat sinks, various cables, other types of neat stuff. Same thing here. I just bought these for the parts. I got a few GameCubes. I got a Dreamcast, a couple of Dreamcasts, which they are functioning, but I wanted to do something custom, which one of my fans kept suggesting a what is that game called with the spray paint and the Jet Set Radio, a Jet Set Radio themed Dreamcast, which I will eventually get on. And these are some past projects I've done, which I just need to take them apart and clean. So Wii, PS3. This is actually kind of neat. It is a try to do this without knocking anything over. It is an Xbox display model, like the kind you would see in certain stores. And I bought it for $60, thinking it was a development, which it wasn't, but it was a prototype. which you can see. So I was curious to open it and see what's inside. Some say it's just a naked motherboard, some say there's nothing at all, but that'll be down the future. I got some more Xboxes that need repaired, some GameCubes I need to go through. Right here I have cables, power bricks, power cables, miscellaneous computer crap, USB cables, hard drives, more miscellaneous crap. I just kind of boxed it and again collected over the years. Eventually I end up needing something, which I usually turn to this for, and it's kind of a pain to have them there, but you know, it's better than having to go to a store and buy what you need, especially considering how much you run across. These are current projects, again, not saying those aren't, but got my next gaming computer, which I was gonna make. I got some Xboxes with X3 that I need to remake that I bought. I got the Typhoon, which I haven't got to. This I am going to try to fit into one of those to make a computer steam machine, but eventually what I want to do is be able to recast these to where I don't have to sacrifice the actual units that I've acquired. Here's another one, which is a rare piece of development hardware, Sega Dreamcast dev box known as the Katana. I need to take it apart and straighten it a little bit for what it's worth. And here is a very torn up PlayStation 2 tool, which I was gonna do to put it back together, and I was gonna put a PC in it and basically make it like a beefed up computer, another gaming PC technically, but I just bought the case because it was broken. And here lies the robot that I've worked on and off throughout the years. I had it currently together, but when I kept turning it on, like a dumbass, I bought cheap, more powerful servos, but they currently do not stay tuned on the servo controller. So every time I turn it off and on, it'll slightly be off pose as opposed to it's supposed to be in stance. But yeah, now I need to cough up the extra dough and buy decent servos. And the idea is to run it off of the Raspberry Pi, which controls the Arduino board, which in turn controls the servo board, and then essentially I can hook up sensors to it and make it autonomous. And with the Raspberry Pi I can hook up a monitor or run it through Bluetooth and essentially program it on the fly. But it's kind of a very ambitious project, which I didn't have a lot of time or money for. But I'll get back to it eventually. It's just another thing, if I could ever happen to finish it. Here's another robot that I thought would be pretty cool. I want to put an Arduino in it to just basically run some tracks underneath and have it move around and pick up stuff. Maybe have a camera. There's some cool LEDs in the head. At eBay fine for 30 bucks. And I don't know if it actually works because I don't have all the parts, but I know how it's supposed to work is that it has infrared sensors in one eye or the other. I think it's that one. And you flash a couple flashes at it kind of like a remote, and then it moves. That's how it reads the commands. But I figured it was a good base for a little toy robot whenever I get to it. And you guys know the Typhoon project, which is basically put LEDs in it, upgrade the fans, and figure out a way to where each fan runs separately to where it doesn't lag whenever you start. And again, I covered that, I've covered this, I've covered that. Let's see here. Other than that, I got a thing for collecting boxes. You might have noticed. I don't know why, I just thought it was cool, which my retro game collection is all in storage, but I got a ton of original in-box type stuff. Alright, and here is basically my living slash gaming space. That is a PSP I'm working on. You guys all know the GameCube of awesomeness, of which it has a little bit of dust. I haven't played it in a while. And I got another Xbox, some PS3s that I need to actually work on because one runs hot and the other one doesn't read discs, and some other projects that I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do with yet. You guys know the PS3. This is kind of cool. Another eBay find was and again, I know these are a dead relic, so to speak, but this was actually assigned to a development team, Team Jakin, which I haven't done the research on, if they're even a legit team or if they're just people getting the hardware. This is my workstation. And this is another tool of which I bought for dirt cheap, but basically it doesn't work. And these are getting to be a dime a dozen test developments. But I think this one works, but I haven't tried it. But it's weird to me because I don't know if it's even legit. Because, I mean, it wouldn't seem like it'd be too hard to make fake ones, but I'll figure it out. This one actually powers on, but it doesn't boot into anything. So I'm assuming it's either the BIOS or the hard drive. That is a secret project which I've worked off and on for years, but if I told you, I'd have to kill you. And we got some games. Got my refrigerator. Basically, it's just a glorified medicine cabinet now, because normally I only stay here so often, which kind of stinks. I got my cabinets, which has a bunch of stickers, and got most of my laundry right there. A cheap little air conditioning place to sleep. Some cables, pretty much covering everything. So if you guys got any questions or comments or see something out of place or happen to want to pick something up, shoot me a holler. And I guess I kind of didn't go into these. These are super rare. I've spent 10 years trying to find them, and I basically got them up here because I want to clean them out and then put them in the hardware collection. This is actually a lot of my robotic stuff. I got motors, sensors, tracks, and driver boards, servos, other cool stuff. So anyways, hope you enjoyed the tour of the place, and hopefully I will have some more videos up soon of projects being completed and me not just trying to finish something. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome summer, and Peace out.